Sound check.
I beat Andre.
It was a draw.
Yeah, because he
CrossGen.
played dirty.
Oh my God! For the 1000th time, it is not playing
You know,
dirty.
Technically, I would have won because if I decided,
You had
if-
access. You're just being stubborn about it.
no, because I want it to be fair. It's a fair fight.
That's his way of saying,
Hold
I
on,
want to
if-
only use magnums.
Huh? What's
Boy.
magnums?
Halo.
You don't know what a magnum is?
No, what's magnum? I don't know the freaking name of the guns. The gun sounds stupid. You have the needler.
Magnum is a name for an actual pistol.
Oh, perfect.
This is Halo.
All of them suck. It's like the perfect example. What's that new weapon you were telling me about?
Oh, I have to show you the footage.
The repulsor.
No. You
Oh
have
my
to
God.
act. You have
The
to actually see
names.
this.
My God.
But there, it's aptly named, and you're gonna see why in a second.
Yeah, but can't you just name it like you have AK-47s, M16s.
Why would you call a repulsor an AK-47? That's
Why
dumb.
Why did you even think about that? You're not gonna call a repulsor an AK-47?
But you want to give it a name like that? That's so
Yes.
dumb.
Okay, so repulsor RP, and then repulsor. I don't know what the number stands for. Really, I just don't like repulsor. Sounds stupid. Needler? That oh my
Well, it
God,
does
that
shoot
sounds
needles.
dumb. I know, but it's like so. It's like lazy.
The repulsor.
Oh my God, I really.
Is that what is that? Is that what it that who? What?
Never stood a chance.
Yeah, this is Halo Infinite. Wait. That's for online too?
Of course.
Oh no, they are screwing their game to hell. Congratulations, Halo Infinite now officially sucks.
No, it doesn't.
What? Oh, okay.
Who?
You give a bunch of 8-year-olds a bunch of repulsors. Barely has a cooldown, as you can see there, because he used it in a matter of 2 seconds. And you may have a limited number of repulsors, but like I was saying, give a group of 8-year-olds repulsors. Kids who don't understand the concept of Halo, who only understand the concept of Fortnite, and then see how that plays out with actual people who have played since Halo, people who, like you, who understand the concept of Halo and the fact that it's not freaking Fortnite where you have to I don't know what they do with Fortnite kids nowadays, but yeah, you repulsor, like I was saying. I mean, just the term 8-year-olds just the sentence 8-year-olds with repulsors is just freaking, oh my God. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think you're being just a little bit too salty about this.
No,
just
how am I salty? How am I salty about it?
I don't. It looks like a cool feature.
cool
Overpowered, yes, but it looks
Oh,
cool.
God.
They haven't done anything like that before.
But it's 8-year-olds with repulsors. I wanna snipe this kid. Oh look, there's another one right behind me with the repulsor. It doesn't freaking matter anymore. My life is over.
That's the point. It's part of the mayhem.
But mayhem is not something you want in an online game, my friend.
That's
you
what
have-
makes it fun.
But you're always complaining that mayhem and 5-year-olds are the reason why you don't like
Okay,
them.
well, the 5-year-old's fine.
But 5-year-olds are gonna be playing Halo Infinite. That's not something that you can avoid.
And you can't exactly avoid 8-year-olds from playing games.
Huh? But you can avoid giving 8-year-olds the power to wield the power of the gods.
Mm.
Yes, you can. The power of the gods.
But that's not what we're talking about today. Now, is it?
What are we talking about again?
Because we are recording.
Oh, what is it?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the CrossGen podcast.
8-year-olds with repulsors.
That was a healthy discussion about Halo and 8-year-olds with guns. I am
Fortnite
Walt.
kids. Jesus.
Hello, I am Walt.
This is AJ.
I won in Halo. Eli.
You did not win. It was a draw.
I would have won the first round if I played dirty, like you do.
It is not playing
I know.
dirty.
Forget it. Let's just go.
Alrighty then. Thank you for
Yes,
listening in on the CrossGen podcast. Before we begin, 5 minutes into this podcast,
Yes.
I would like to ask everyone to please rate, review, and subscribe to the show. And on that note, what's our topic today, guys?
What could be our topic?
It's a topic that starts with V and ends with R. Can you guess?
That was good.
Yes, we're going to be talking about the Oculus Quest 2 and again and new stuff that's come out, right? Plus, you guys have been playing a game that now has it replaced Beat Saber as one of your favorite games on the thing?
No, never.
Okay, so Beat Saber is still number one.
Mhm.
Would this be number two?
Well,
It's
at
on
least
it's
for
on-
me, number one is Vader Immortal. But
Okay. Well, let's get into it. First of all, before we get to all of that stuff, let's talk about these updates that have come out for the Oculus Quest 2. I'm talking about Oculus Quest V32 and V33. And the Oculus Quest has had some interesting things. V32 is all about fitness. So they're looking to make this, and rightfully so, right? Because
Yeah,
when you
right.
guys are playing Vader Immortal or Beat Saber or the other game that we're going to be talking about today, Pistol Whip, that Oculus Quest is rather rank afterwards with all the sweat that's on it, right?
Oh
Yeah.
God.
So in a way it's kind of good, and what they're going to be doing is they're upgrading their Oculus Move app within the Oculus Quest 2, which is going to be able to track fitness better. So you're talking about tracking goals while you're playing while you're playing the
I
games,
saw that.
counting calories, all this other stuff. It's kind of like almost the health app in the Apple Watch.
It's actually funny that you say that. Right when I was handing off the Quest to Eli, I saw there was this little notification. Oh, you hit your little goal, your calorie goal,
There
and
you
I was
go.
like, oh wow, okay,
Yeah.
I guess I did.
So it's kind of cool because there are some fitness games on the Oculus Quest, and there's some more that's coming out very, very shortly. So
Hmm.
it's a good thing that, not only to put the games on there, but to actually track your progress. So I think that's a pretty positive thing. V32 also brought some improved media sharing options. So you can now take screenshots, which you've always been able to do, but now you can sync the screenshots and recordings to a separate device, kind of like your phone and your tablet. Before, I believe what you had to do was actually take the Oculus and plug it in to your computer to kind of extract it.
Mhm.
So that kind of makes it a little bit easier if you want to post stuff on like Instagram or YouTube or TikTok. It makes it infinitely easier. So those are the things, and plus, of course, since it is a Facebook made device, they make it really easy for you to share on Facebook and Messenger and stuff, right? And that's not only in terms of screenshots and recordings, but also your health progress also. So,
Mm.
That might be cool for some people, maybe not cool for some others, because one of the things that people have been kind of not liking about the Oculus is that it's the Quest 2 is that you have to use Facebook in order to play it. And Facebook right now is kind of in a weird place. But that's another podcast.
Can't wait till they add ads.
Yep.
Oh,
let's hope not.
no.
So let's talk about V33 that just came out I want to say about 2 weeks ago. Okay.
Okay.
Version 33 is not a very interesting update, but because it doesn't add like any crazy features and stuff like that, but it does a couple of things for people who use Airlink. So now you know Airlink, what Airlink is?
Oh, that's the thing with the Aircast, right?
Well, no. The Airlink is the one where you can plug it into your laptop and play Steam games.
Oh, frick,
on it,
yeah.
right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you get the wire, you can plug it into the laptop, and if you have any Steam games that support VR, you can use the Oculus Quest 2 to play the games on it. Now, one of the things that people were maybe not complaining, but there was talk was that the Oculus Quest at times it would come over blurry and it was very difficult to read text. And the good news is that with this version 33 update, uh, image quality and text clarity has been improved thanks to a feature that they put in called link sharpening. So link sharpening makes images crisper, finer details clearer, and text more clear and easy to read. That's from the V33 changelog notes. So
Nice. You know what the next one's going to be called? Facebook Sharpener.
Oh,
there you
God.
go.
That's
You know.
disgusting.
Two other things that the
Yes.
V33 update brought. If you happen to be browsing in VR, they have added an additional layer of security to it, powered by Google Safe Browsing. Ooh, right? That's not. I don't know many people that would be doing browsing in VR, but for those guys that do, you'll be safe, right? You'll be secure. One of the last bits of the V33 update, um, is Guardian history. So now a lot of people were complaining that over time, the tracking features, it tracks your hands, your eye movements, and things of that nature, and uses the Oculus Touch, right, as the thing to do it, was diminishing over time, and you were losing more accuracy in terms of, the tracking of your hands and your fingers and all this other stuff. So now what you can do is you can clear the Guardian history, which somehow that improves. Every time you use Guardians, it saves the Guardian in the history of the device.
Okay.
So now it seems like if you clear the Guardian history, it kind of resets tracking, but there's an added side effect to it that is actually really cool. It helps you to conserve battery life because now the touch controllers go to sleep faster. So um, that's a pretty cool feature. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be happy with that, especially the people that were trying, were having the issues with the tracking. Now, one cool feature that one of these hackers or people that kind of like to mess around with the code of these updates, one cool feature that they found in the Guardian is a thing called Space Sense. Okay.
Space Sense.
And that was found in the V32 firmware, but hasn't been applied to the actual update. It's kind of just code in there. What Space Sense does is that, you know how you make your Guardian?
Yeah.
If somebody walks into the Guardian or a pet walks into the Guardian, it'll actually stop your game to avoid either you harming the person or they harming you. Right? So it's kind of like a fail-safe feature.
Yeah,
That's
but
cool.
that's kind of stupid.
And
Sorry, what?
why do you think that's dumb?
Well, okay. It's okay.
Are we
no,
putting
no.
the game
No,
first or the
no.
people who can actually get hurt first?
Okay, it's sort of two-sided though, because imagine if they put their finger out into the space.
I'm sure it's going to be more robust than that. You know,
They just
I'm
put
pretty
their
sure
finger
if
out, the game
I'm
stops.
pretty sure it's going to be something. What here's the description from the actual dialogue box that they found then. Enables Space Sense to see outlines of people and things inside your room scale boundary. Staying aware of what's around you while in VR helps you keep you and others safe. You can see outlines up to 9 feet away as long as it's still within your boundary and directly in front of your headset. You
Hmm.
can also turn off the feature at any time.
Okay.
So it's not something I seems like it's something that you opt in, but you can take off once you go into settings and find if you don't like it.
Because I was gonna say you have like a fly wandering near your head, and then all of a sudden the thing stops.
Actually, it doesn't stop it. What it does is, and here's an
Oh, it gives
example.
you a notification.
Yeah, here's an example. A Beat Saber player was alerted to a ghost-like visual
What the
of
hell?
somebody entering their play area and walking across the player's field of view. So it actually lets you see that there's somebody in there and you're about to smash the crap out of them with the controller.
Hmm.
So it doesn't actually stop it. It's not that hard coded, but it kind of lets you know, hey, somebody has crossed the boundary and you are about to murder
Damn.
them.
What if it's a ghost, and you just see it through your Oculus VR?
Then you have even more problems.
Yeah, your
So-
place is haunted, and you're using Oculus. Damn.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
That would
Yes.
be something.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
They should do that in like a movie.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
You have 5 figures popping up out of nowhere.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yes.
Is there
So
something strange in your
before we get
neighborhood?
into the actual game, there's two other pieces that I would just wanna put out there. There is hints and rumors that there is an Oculus Quest Pro in development.
Hmm.
So what that is, what features are, we don't know, but the first notion that a Quest Pro might be out on the horizon came through a February Instagram AMA session, and that was hosted by VP of Facebook Reality Labs Andrew Bosworth. And somebody asked the question, hey, why can't Oculus make a $600 headset and put the best specs into it? And the guy replied, Quest Pro, huh, interesting, and winking at the camera. So, I mean, is that like a subtle hint?
It's
I don't
trolling.
think so.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
But
see.
everybody's been talking about the Quest 3, and maybe the Quest Pro comes out before that. In April, there was another statement saying that people are asking about the Quest 3. I did hint about an AMA earlier about the Quest Pro, and hey, that is a possibility. So, what do you guys think about a Quest Pro? Now, the great thing about the Quest 2 and the Quest originally is that it has always been an affordable way to get into VR, right? Aside from the PSVR, which is about the same price, but not as robust as the Quest 2, because the PSVR, you're kind of stuck with the cable, where the Quest 2 is kind of its own standalone. You can walk around and stuff like that, right? There are better, headsets out there. The Rift being one of them. I think Samsung has a really, really good one, and things like that. Um, so, but the problem is those things are like super expensive. Do you think that there might be a market for a Quest that is more expensive, but capable of running Steam games natively instead of being connected to a computer or doing it wirelessly? What do you guys think?
I wanted to say, how about no? But then you mentioned the Steam thing, and there's probably a lot of people who, well, I mean, you look at the people that have already responded to how Steam games are featured already. And it was enough so that they went, oh, okay, well, let's polish it up for you guys. It's certainly a thing that they could do, and it looks like they have the audience for it. Do you want to really do it, though? Make it more expensive? I don't know about that.
Well, let me ask you a question. If you can get a device, let's say for like about $500, right? Because the Oculus Quest 2 is about $199, $299, right? So if you bump it up to twice the price, but not only do you have the video games that are on the Oculus store, but now you can play games like Doom. You can play games like Skyrim in VR. Is that enticing enough to make a purchase like that?
Not a double, at least for me.
Okay. What about you, E?
Mm, I don't know. I don't really think. I mean, first off, what are the chances that they're gonna bring Steam over? I feel like that's something that they would save for Oculus Quest 3. So it wouldn't just be double the price; it would probably be tripled. At that point. Um, Oculus Quest Pro. Let's say somehow out of like a freaking miracle, they do happen to bring it to Oculus Quest Pro. Um, I don't really know how I feel about that. Double the price for extra games. You know what? I mean, it's good, but you also do you have to buy the Steam games?
Of
Right.
course, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like sort of like it's in
But
the
if you have a Steam collection already, those things would port over because that's what people are doing with the Airlink. They have their collection of Steam games that they play on the laptop, but now with
they can
Airlink,
transfer it over.
you can play it in VR.
Huh.
So I guess it,
I
it
don't
would
know.
make more sense
How
for
much
people that have Steam games, right?
how much but how much does it cost to get the link, the air link, like the actual cable?
That's a good question. I would have to take a look and see.
Because it really all depends on that. That's what's sort of bugging me here. I'd figure it's around a good $150 to $200.
Well, the good thing is that now they have
I mean, no,
wireless Airlink. So
100.
I don't know that you would need a
Let me have
cable
a-
anymore. As long as you have, I would have to look that up, to be honest, because we haven't done that yet. But I believe all you have to do is download. Well, yeah, you don't even need a cable anymore with Airlink Wireless because all you have to do is just uh, download the Oculus PC app, and then what you have to do is make sure that you have both devices on the same network, and away you go.
Really? So it really doesn't cost anything. Well, obviously you have to buy the games.
Right.
Um, then I really don't see the need of having a native collection of Steam games already on Oculus Quest. I think. I don't know how. It all depends. Okay, fine. Here's my last statement. If you're gonna do native, it's not double the price. Please, you could already do it for free. As of right now, technically. So
Well,
yeah.
you do have to have a capable computer, so that's
What's
the
a
other.
capable?
Some of these games are really really um, demanding, so you would have to get a high end PC.
Okay,
So that adds to the cost also.
but even still, it's not double the price.
All right. Before we get into the games, the last bit of news, and we're probably going to discuss this in a future episode. Facebook Connect 2021 will take place in October. Normally, it is a September venue, but because of pandemic, they had to delay it by a month. But usually, they talk about a lot of stuff with the Oculus Quest and things of that nature. Um, in 2020, Oculus Quest 2 was announced at Facebook Connect, and there's a very real possibility that some of the things that they're going to be talking about is the addition of a new device that has more sensors, such as eye tracking, facial tracking sensors,
Hmm.
maybe new Oculus Touch that kind of eliminates that little halo. That's something that's been talked about, and I think there have been some renderings online for that. So it's an improvement in hand tracking also. So there may be a lot of things, but we will find out in October. So the date of that event is actually October 28th. So
Nice.
we'll have that to look forward to.
Nice indeed.
So news that you guys will be interested in. Beat Saber has topped the monthly PSVR charts on the PlayStation Store in Europe for an entire year.
Oh,
Wow.
oh, that is a huge hit to other games.
That is super popular. So Beat Saber keeps beating
Oh god,
the other games.
It holds the throne.
as it should, as it should. Well, Pistol
The
Whip.
last
I don't know.
game,
It
the
holds
last
the
game that was on top in Europe was Vader Immortal,
For real.
and that was way back in August of 2020.
2020.
So
Wow, that is harsh.
if you look at the U.S. charts, Beat Saber has been number one since October 2020. So
Oof.
it hasn't been a year; it's only been 11 months.
Still, Beat Saber the god. I'm so glad I've gotten better at it.
Yep. So there have been some additions to it. I think they've added some music packs, and
Yeah,
there's
I
an
saw.
update that's coming. It seems like multiplayer might be coming to Beat Saber pretty
Ugh.
soon.
Oh god.
So
Oh no.
at least to the PSVR version. So
Oh no.
we'll see how that goes. Now the question will be, will Beat Saber keep the throne? Because there's a bunch of new games that are coming out that seems to be pretty interesting.
Beat
So
Saber is gonna keep the throne.
yeah,
That's
so
not
going into what we were
debatable.
talking about with the fitness, right? There's a new game coming out called Vero. It's a fitness app, right?
Vero.
Vero,
Vero.
Viro.
Oh, okay. For a second, I was thinking about Vero. Vero.
No, not the social media app.
Yeah, I was about to say what?
Okay, maybe Viro.
Okay.
Viro is probably the better way to say it.
Viro.
So it's a
Vero.
fitness game that is going to improve, according to them, stamina, agility, and cardiovascular fitness. But the way that they do it is they take their gameplay and you can choose between using either swords, fists, or guns.
Oh, I see it.
So that means you're either
Nice.
slicing up orbs, you're punching objects, or you're shooting targets, all in time to the music. So it's a music-based fitness app.
So it's Beat Saber, only it's Beat Gun, Beat
It's
Fist, and Beat
violence.
Sword. Beat Violence.
Yeah.
Violence.
Beat
you know.
Saber on RTX with weapons. More weapons. I mean, I don't know.
Well, the cool thing about it is that if you don't want to just play one style, right? Because technically that means you have kind of three games in one, right? You have a shooting game, you have a punching game, you have a slicing game, but there's also a thing called Weapon Masters mode where you can use it all at the same time.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh
every
my
few
God.
minutes, so what happens is every few minutes it changes for you.
No. Just no.
So this is what the game looks like, guys. Here's a couple of screenshots that I'm pulling up here. What do you think about this game? Does this look like a game that maybe you might be interested in?
According to what I've heard, I'm already interested.
Have like Halo.
See, you can
guns.
kind of box, you can slash,
slash
you can shoot.
shoot.
But the thing
Go.
about it is that it's almost like it does feel like Beat Saber, but the environments are kind of like a little bit different, right? Like in Beat Saber,
Yeah.
you're it's more like a techno environment, where this one you're like out in the mountains, in a
That's a very
canyon.
superficial difference. I don't know. If this can do what Beat Saber does and add that much more, I don't know. I don't know.
Would you mind the boxing and the shooting? Let's put it this way. This is basically Beat Saber that adds boxing and shooting to it.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned
Yeah,
earlier.
exactly. So is that a cool thing?
I think it's an interesting thing. I will need to see myself if it is a cool thing.
This
What
does,
about you,
no,
E?
this does
Because
not.
I know you
This
love Beat
this
Saber.
does not replace Beat Saber. As we all know,
What if it does?
you have a long history of you have examples in history of things that try to replace an original game but don't work out, even if it is and does have the better mechanics. Beat Saber will always be the original. The same thing applies here. Not to mention, speaking as a pro Beat Saberist, I would
Mhm.
like to call myself,
Okay.
who like beats experts and sometimes expert pluses when I can. Um, I don't know how I feel about the game, honestly, with the mechanics. I mean, it looks interesting, but like as I said before, it's you can't replace the original, and you have boxing and guns, which sort of take me out of it, because then you're just
Why?
no.
But then it's that other game, Pistol
Pistol
Whip.
Whip.
You're adding Pistol Whip.
I just don't feel it's original.
All right. Well, that game comes out October 20th, but there's another game coming out in October called Power Beats VR, which again
No,
is
another
another fitness thing.
another.
Which again, looking at version 32 update, it kind of falls in line because they're pushing it as a fitness machine. Why not throw out all
What
these fitness app games?
is it? A rhythm game?
You know, absolutely.
Does it have swords?
It has different weapons.
Okay.
Okay.
What?
Kinds of weapons.
So this is a game that has over 50 professionally designed workouts. Okay. Now the cool thing about this is that you can actually tailor your workout to the way you want, and you can also bring in your own custom playlists.
Oh, okay. You got me at that.
So the thing about tailoring this is that you can have it. Let's say you don't want to either dodge, or you have bad knees and you don't want to squat. You can actually get rid of that from the game. You can kind of tailor all of this stuff. And the cool thing is, 3 difficulties for you, Eli.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Only three. Only three.
yeah,
That's sad.
you start with like regular, but there is an expert and an insane mode.
Ooh, okay. Insane. I
So
like the
expert
sound of
mode
that.
throws like everything at you, right? You start out using your fists, but as you progress, you can unlock different weapons. Some of the weapons that they mention is power fist. You can get a
Okay.
shield, and for the
Boy.
Thor in you, you can get a hammer. So there are some interesting things, and like I said, it's calorie tracking again
Huh.
in line with V32 update. There's fitness metrics and things like that, and again, highly adjustable. But I think probably the thing that you guys like the most, custom playlists, right? So
Hmm.
as long as it's an MP3, an OGG, a wave, or that type of thing, you can use it.
Wow.
So what do you guys think about that?
I could.
I
There's a
think-
game that's already out on Steam, by the way.
All I have to. I thought it would be like you have to like do all this transfer work. All you have to do is get it in MP3 form, and then that's it.
Yes.
Wow, that's easy.
That is amazing.
Okay, I'll give you this. If they can manage to actually work that out, it might stand a better chance than the other game you showed me. But of
Are
course,
you
it will
sure
not
about
beat
that?
Beat Saber.
I don't know.
What?
This is a pretty big thing.
No, it isn't. No, it
It
isn't.
is. Yeah, it is.
Custom playlist though. I like the sound of that. Imagine bringing like rap to like something like that, or for you, AJ, rock.
That would be interesting.
Oh, you have to do the extremes of that. For rock, you have to like for every drum that you hear, which is like 1,000 a second, and every like guitar chord you hear, you have to hit it. Oh my god, that is hell.
Do you know how
Yo,
oh my
heavy
god.
metal.
Disposable
Oh.
Heroes. Yes, that is the perfect song.
Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine with heavy metal.
Back to the front.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Okay. Let's talk about some games that are coming up shortly. The first one is Resident Evil 4, the remake on Oculus Quest 2. That's coming. That is an Oculus Quest exclusive. So this is not coming to PSVR, and it's not coming to any of the other headsets on there. Now, the thing about it is that we don't have a solid release date, but they did say it was going to release sometimes in 2021. So we are getting towards the end of 2021. Let's hope that we'll be getting it within the next month or so. Now, the other game that I thought was interesting enough to mention, and this one is actually coming out in October, is that game called Unplugged. Do you remember that game? We actually covered that in.
Oh yeah,
Unplugged.
Yes,
Yeah.
we actually covered that in one of our previous VR discussions. This is the one where you're playing air guitar.
Yeah.
And here's what that looks like. So this is coming out October 21st. And a lot of people have been looking forward to this game just because of the fact that it's kind of like Guitar Hero, but in VR. And it does seem like it's super, super interesting the way that they're doing it.
They actually had the Guitar Hero dude come over for this project,
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, that was freaking awesome.
So there is a lot of buzz surrounding this game. This is going to be, it's not an exclusive to Oculus, but it's going to be taking full advantage of any headset that has hand tracking capabilities, which would make sense because you're actually air guitaring, you're actually playing a guitar, so it would stand to reason fingers would be a very interesting thing to do, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now I'm sure that AJ is probably hoping that there are some Metallica riffs on here.
That would be really cool and also very hard.
Yes. So unfortunately, that is not confirmed at this point. Some of the songs that are or some of the people that are confirmed on this is Weezer, Ozzy Osbourne,
Oh, okay.
The Offspring,
Okay.
Bumblefoot, Lewis and the Shakes, Lynch Mob.
Okay, I
So
don't know
there
any of
are
those.
some pretty interesting bands on here. Are you guys looking forward to Unplugged?
You go.
Not that much. You really had me more surprisingly with the fitness ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
For
about you,
me,
Ian?
I can definitely see this being a hit game. It's something new to the table. Definitely original. In a way of some sorts.
I see this as a really cool party game.
Yeah.
I
Well-
can see everybody coming around to somebody's house and saying, "Hey, let's play Unplugged and see who can rock out harder."
Oh God. Honestly,
That's the way I see it.
I don't see this as a one hit wonder. I can imagine this is the way I picture this is gonna turn out is is there customizable? Oh, maybe not, right?
That I'm not sure. I don't think so, only because you're playing the chords, so it would have to know what song is on there.
Yeah.
So I don't think that
For
is
sure.
customizable that way.
Uh, well, I mean, still, I could definitely see YouTubers like trying out the hardest chords, hardest songs to play, and then just like destroying it and breaking their fingers. This is something that I see where it's a competitive gaming system. So um, definitely for the Oculus community, this is going to be really good in terms of competition and just fun in general.
Mhm.
Imagine playing. It's like playing Beat Saber. The harder it gets, the more fun it gets, and that's the way I see this game.
All right. To wrap this thing up, we're going to end up with the game that you guys were playing earlier that was pretty interesting. We're talking about Cloudhead Games Pistol Whip.
I thought you were talking about Cloudhead, like the
Pistol
game.
flip.
That was a
Cloudhead
thing.
Games is the developer.
Yeah.
Now, there's some news. It really doesn't impact us, but it impacts people who want to jump into Pistol Whip for the first time. Um, they've kind of announced how they're going to support Pistol Whip long term, right? Because they've gotten a lot of updates, right?
Yeah.
Pretty good, and the updates have been pretty good. We're going to talk about
Amazing.
two of them in specific, right? As we continue to discuss this, but um, one of the things that they talked about is the DLCs. They're going to be adding $5 to the game, so it's now, instead of being $24.99, it's going to be $29.99. So they're increasing the cost, and I guess $5 at for an awesome game like Pistol Whip isn't that much of a big deal. Um, and if it means getting these awesome DLCs that we're getting, these awesome updates that we're getting, I think maybe a lot of people would be okay with that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. At least they're not like, haha, you can have it at the very low price of $29.99.
Yes.
So let's talk about those updates, because those updates, I think you guys are really excited to talk about.
Yes.
There were two updates that came out with it. I'm going to talk about the one that's you guys have been really going crazy over. That's that Western themed Smoke and Thunder campaign update, which
Campaign.
adds another story to the game, right?
Oh my
And
god, the campaign.
some music too, right?
They have freaking Shortchange Hero by
You don't even know
Silence.
who it's
no,
by.
by who? By who?
Silence.
To be fair, I don't know who it's by either, so
You
it's
don't
okay.
But it is an
Shortchange
awesome
Hero?
song, right?
Oh my god, I gotta
Yes.
find this out now.
So they added that update. There was also an update that probably you guys really didn't notice as much, but it was huge also, and it's the Styles update. So the Styles update, interestingly enough, it
Heavy.
the heavy. Thank you.
Yes.
So you have music not only from the heavy, but Bones UK and others. So you've got Trains, Tech, and Tumbleweed in a story-driven campaign that's kind of like the Magnificent Seven meets John Wick,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
A cowboy story with some Matrix flair to it, right?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
So that's the Smoke and Thunder. But like I said, there's also that Styles update, which kind of overhauls the way that Pistol Whip does its modifier system. So now you can actually tweak Pistol Whip by changing variables on every level. So it's a thing where it's like, if you want to play the game with a specific pistol, go right ahead. You want to dual wield? Sure, why not?
No.
Want to make yourself
Yes.
invincible? By all means, go ahead, because the
No.
Styles update
Yes.
now gives you the ability to put that throughout all of Pistol Whip.
No.
So it kind of makes the game a very personal game on that level, because you could change the way you play the game, and that's the way it is, and somebody else might change it and do something totally different. So it's a huge update, but the most important thing, it's a free update, which is
For real?
almost unheard of, right?
Oh my
in this day and age,
gosh.
because every time you talk about a DLC, the first question everybody asks
How
is
How
much?
how
much?
much exactly. So
It's been so long.
yeah,
Oh
and
god.
so I think that's really interesting that they've done that, and that kind of goes into the fact that they're now charging $5 a game, $5 more for the game when you initially purchase it.
Honestly, rightfully so.
Yeah. So so I don't think you guys have gotten into the Styles update as much because you guys were
No.
totally geeking out over Smoke and Thunder.
Oh my
So
gosh.
let's talk about Smoke and Thunder, because I thought, well,
Yo.
let's talk about Pistol Whip as a game first
Okay. Okay.
before we got the Smoke and Thunder out there. And Eli, you've spent the most time on Pistol Whip than
Yes.
all of us.
Beat both
So
campaigns.
I am going to throw the conversation over
Oh,
to you.
you know what? Technically, I beat the entire game already. Yeah, I beat the campaigns and I beat all the events.
So let everybody know what
Okay.
Pistol
Okay.
Whip is.
So Pistol Whip is another rhythm game, which was okay. I'll give you this. It was original and it is still awesome. Basically, what you do is you're given well, you obviously have a pistol, a gun, whatever. And there are certain events that you're supposed to go through, where
It's
basically,
basically a game on rails,
yeah,
right?
you're on rails
You're
and
not
you
it's not
just
yeah, it's not a free open world. You're basically, the camera and the action is directing you
yeah.
like you're on rails, like you're on a go-kart or whatever, right?
And yeah, basically your job the entire way is to survive getting shot by people, agents. I'm pretty sure there was zombies at one point. They have
Robots.
robots, they have cowboys. And basically that's the whole premise of the game. And it's to the music, obviously it's a rhythm game. For the most part they use techno music, which is and that's something that's generally in rhythm games, which has sort of changed in Smoke and Thunder. I'm glad that they're finally
Ain't no
starting
place
to
for a hero.
they're trying to change and stuff.
Which is cool.
Yeah, it is cool, and that's honestly that's just the premise of the game. It's a simple concept, but the details and everything that went into this game make it so much more than just that. Yeah, that is Pistol Whip.
All right then. So there's some really cool levels on Pistol Whip.
Yeah,
And like you said, you have the ability to play either story mode, or you can play the levels on your own just for the heck of it, right?
yeah,
It's kind of like a free style mode where you can play any of the modes. Now the modes are also, like you said, different, because some of them they have aliens, some of them they have cowboys, some of them they have like agents from like the Matrix, it
yeah.
seems, and things of that nature. One of the cool things about it is that you can also modify the game, which is something that the Styles update has kind of done it game wide, but before you can also do that with the freestyle, right?
Mm.
So some of the things that they have, you can change the type of gun you have, right? And there's some cool futuristic ones as well as some
You
old
can
fashioned
really
ones.
customize it.
Yes.
You
You can
can
change
really
the
customize
color,
it.
right?
You could change the patterns on it. You can make it like gold or metallic and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You can even change how it shoots, like the sound that goes like usual. You'll have the the gun sound.
The pew pew,
Yeah,
or
but
from like
then
Star Wars,
yeah,
pew
you
pew,
can change it to like a pew
lasers.
pew. Yeah, lasers stuff
Lost them.
and like a paintball thing. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the customize. I haven't really actually touched the customizing
I'm
part.
surprised because you guys love customizing. I'm talking about you, WWE 2K.
Yes. No, but I don't know why I haven't touched it because I like challenges, so I need to touch on that. I know that there's like invincibility and stuff, but that's all I really know about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Okay. So you have that. You can also change the way you use the items because again, you can do single,
Yeah.
dual wield. Is there anything else besides that,
Dual
or
wielding
it's
sucks.
basically just
I don't
those
know.
two, right?
Yeah, sure.
Pretty sure
I
there's like a
actually
left-handed
happen to
thing.
like using dual wield because
Yes.
it gives you
Oh.
more
You have more range.
range. Yeah, exactly.
But
If you
that's
have
not-
one,
Huh?
like there are times when there's two
On different sides.
on different sides, dual wield, you using both hands to shoot them instead of shooting
bro.
one guy and then shooting the other guy.
Huh?
And
But it's
flipping back
easier.
and forth.
Honestly, it's easier because look, when you're
No,
doing
it's
dual wielding, you're not focusing on one person. You have to shoot the other person without even looking at them. So the accuracy is sort of off with each kill. That's why when I like doing single player, I need to be able to turn around. It focuses more on building less of the running gun system. It's more on adapting to your surroundings and getting to know not even getting to know the lay of the land, just to use your peripheral vision to the most to the most of it. And that's why I like it, and that's why I get kills, a lot of kills.
And I think that's the beauty of Pistol Whip because it allows you to play however you want, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. So we have that. So, but now we have this.
What?
Smoke and Thunder.
Yes.
Let's talk about that. AJ, why don't you give
Yeah.
us a little bit about that? Because
admittedly,
you've played it more, Eli.
I beat it.
Yeah, and we'll talk about the campaign later on how that works. AJ really hasn't had much time on it, but he did try the Smoke and Thunder update. What do you guys think?
I thought it starts off pretty cool. Like the main character, I don't remember her name. She's going through like a saloon looking for someone, I guess.
Yeah.
And
So
then
did you play the campaign or did you play the freestyle games?
the campaign.
Okay.
Yeah. Um yeah, I just lost my train of thought.
She was
Saloon.
Saloon.
And you're walking out of the saloon and oh my god, they all start coming at you.
Yes.
It was just pretty. It was really, really, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's TNT there, so it's like, ha, who shot you? Just destroying all of them, however I can, with revolvers.
So the revolvers in this particular case, they're one shots, right?
No,
Oh, they're not?
they have at least what 4 rounds a pop.
The revolvers only have 2. Yeah.
You sure?
You shoot again, you have to reload. That's
For the
its-
first campaign.
Oh, for the first campaign, you're talking about 2019. No, you're talking about Smoke and Thunder. That's the second campaign.
No, the first level, the first chapter.
Yeah, that's 2. Oh, you know what? I don't freaking remember. You get, no, you're
The revolver at least has more than 2 shots.
You might be right.
It's
'Cause
the
you get
next
you
one
get the
where you
electrocution,
only get
boomsticks.
yeah,
And
this
that
is
gets
really
only
irritating.
Yeah, it's so stupid. I hate the boomsticks. You have to kill a boss with that.
With boomsticks?
Yeah.
So what's
it's
that?
Stupid.
Take it away.
Okay. Okay, so basically boomsticks are like, which sort of, I don't know, it sort of contradicts the story in a way, but boomsticks are like technologically advanced guns where you shoot, it sort of has an area effect-ish thing to it, so if you shoot in between 2 people, it kills them both,
Mm-hmm.
and that's basically it. But like I said, it contradicts the story because the whole story is that she's looking for her sister who is wanted. The sister is the one that makes the technology and modifies people, so it's sort of like I said, contradicts the story.
Okay.
Anyway,
So you have that. What else about Smoke and Thunder is cool? We've already spoken about the music that they've now dropped there, right?
yeah.
Any thoughts on that? Does that add to the gameplay
Of
or
course it does.
Oh
I
my
felt like I
God.
was in a crappy deserted town.
Oh,
Like
God.
it just does a lot for the atmosphere, and so do the weapons up until a certain point. But yeah,
Yeah, I think real quick.
Hmm.
I think that it's something different for the game. Like I said, a lot of rhythm games don't use any other type of music other than techno. So it's like you have rock and it introduces something new to the game. It gives it a little bit of almost more ambience to it.
Hmm.
And that's really
And
good.
it
I think.
works well in what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. So the pistol whip is quite obviously a success, right? Um, you like I said, you guys haven't really gotten into styles yet, right?
Mm.
Okay. So that's something that probably we need to look into for the next time.
Well, the only thing I did do, well, I don't remember. It was the level with the dudes, the Agent Smith guys, right, Eli? Where I just went and used the, because remember I used those oh
What?
god, those World War II ish pistols.
Yeah.
Oh, the
The
old, really.
Yeah, you know which ones I'm talking about,
Yeah.
right?
Well, that's not Styles.
Oh, that's not.
Styles is more of game
Yes.
modifying.
Styles is where you can change the way
The
the
game
gun
works.
looks. You could
Well,
change the way you can customize it. You can
oh,
you can add modifiers
so
to
the
it.
so then yeah, you know what you are. So then I have used Styles.
Well, no, styles is a little different because, like I said, you can add modifiers to it and
Oh,
change how hard the game is based
oh yeah.
on
So
what you're
then
doing.
okay, I'm right.
You know, so it is a little bit different, but it is a cool addition because you know
How
what,
is he not getting hit?
Huh?
and
Because he's
the
dodging.
yeah, we're
It's
watching a
the
video regarding the styles.
it's like the boss fight I was doing.
Well, maybe
Remember?
he's using the
No,
invincibility modifier there. You
he
know,
got hit once.
okay,
So
so then he's just really that good.
yeah.
But I think adding the styles to this update, which they have, it makes the game um it gives it more legs, right? Because if you play the game the same way over and over and over again, maybe it gets boring.
It
But
does.
adding the styles things and changing the way the game plays, maybe it gives that replayability to the game itself, right?
Yeah.
And makes it a little bit better.
Although,
So
and I just want to add on to what you were saying. It does get repetitive, and I think that's the number one. The reason why Pistol Whip hasn't necessarily blown up, quote unquote, yet, it gets repetitive, and I think that maybe adding some sort of reward system might help out their game a little bit more.
we'll look forward to some of their updates because, I mean, it seems like every time they throw something out there, it's
It's
it
good.
it does really really well. Let's so before they were talking about what was I thinking? What is do you consider the update and some of these things harder than the previous levels?
I beg to differ because you threw me at one that you said was easier than the actual campaigns.
What?
I don't remember which one it was, but
Huh?
you threw me at at one that was clearly much harder than the campaigns.
You were doing that on normal, but on campaign you were doing easy.
Yeah, but it wasn't on normal the one I first tried.
The ones you were doing, I'm pretty sure that was easy.
Well,
I've
Yeah,
done the easy run.
exactly. So my point is the very first thing I did when I booted it up,
It's on normal.
no it wasn't. That was easy.
That was easy. Oh yeah, it might have been. That means that you're just you also just started the game, so I'll give you that.
No, the point here is the campaign stuff is not necessarily harder than what's already
Oh
there
no, trust me.
because you threw me at one of the worst ones.
Trust me, you don't even know the half of it, my friend.
Let me ask you this. E,
Obviously, when
since
you
you've
do
played it.
hard, that's a different thing.
No, I'm not
but
even talking about hard. You don't, like I said, you don't even know the half of it. Campaign is frustrating.
there is something that previously the studio claimed was one of the hardest levels on in the game. That was full throttle.
Full throttle. That's the one you did.
So you threw them into full throttle, which is the
Yeah.
hardest level in the game.
That's
At least one of them.
that was easy for me when I did it.
It was
Okay.
not.
It was
Sure, I got out of it fine, but that was not easy.
In fact, I think that the hardest one was probably
I didn't even know.
Smoking Thunder's boss. Are you no. Smoking. Well, no. Yes, Smoking Thunder's boss.
You
because
didn't beat
it's
that
I
one
extended.
when
guess
we
that's what I'm
were
asking.
when we were playing earlier.
I beat it before. Like I said, I beat the
but
campaign.
you didn't beat it this time around.
Because I haven't played it for over a month, my friend. I'm rusty around the edges, bro. And I was also doing that. I don't know what difficulty I was doing it on. It's probably normal. Oh, we
No,
need to talk
you-
about the
or
boss
never mind.
fights.
Go
I
for
wasn't
it.
doing it on easy. I know that for sure. I switched it off to easy and I beat it with one try. Yes.
All right. So, boss fights.
Okay. Boss fights.
These I haven't done so.
Yes, boss
Open
fights
season.
are
Oh,
amazing.
by the way, one of the modifiers, which I bet you haven't tried, big head mode.
What is that supposed to be?
They have
Um,
big heads.
big
That was in that
heads.
trailer we were looking at.
That's what? Oh,
Big head mode.
that's cool though. You could get like super
Big
duper
head.
headshots. That's amazing. But anyway,
If you don't get headshots with big head mode, then you've got issues. That's all I'm saying.
but bro, the boss fights are in this game are insane. Like,
Was that one of the ones that I saw where there was like a huge like
Spider?
spaceship spider thing?
I fought
was
two
that,
bosses.
Was that one of the bosses?
In 2099, you first have a Modoc looking thing, sort of almost. No, it shoots. It has 3 lasers and stuff. The spider one is different, where it shoots lightning. It brings up like buildings where you have to dodge,
Okay.
and then it also shoots out explosives, and then it also shoots you with lasers.
Nice.
Shoots barrels of TNT at you,
Yeah.
and that's what was getting him the most.
Yeah, I know. It was
Wait,
annoying.
it throws TNT at you?
Yeah, it does.
That's awesome.
I know it's insanely hard.
That sounds like everything on the screen is like totally crazy.
Yeah,
It is.
I
It really is.
Like, it took me like 2 million attempts just to get through it the first time I did it, and I still can't even do it now, which is kind of sad. But yeah, the boss fights are really interesting. It may be sort of the same thing with how they're doing the boss fights. They're trying to do the same thing over and over again, but for the most part, the boss fights definitely capture my interest. Yeah.
Okay. AJ, did you get to a boss fight?
No.
I said that I didn't.
Oh,
He
you
only
didn't.
beat the first 2. He beat the first
How long?
level
How
of
long are the
2099.
campaigns?
Short as hell. Only 5 episodes. I'm pretty sure.
So you only beat 2 of them, and there was 3 more to beat.
I don't think I beat the second chapter in Smoke and Thunder. I started it. I finished the first chapter definitely. I finished the first chapter of 2089 or whatever that was. Did not do any chapter after that. So I did a total of 3 chapters. Some of them of which I had to die and restart. Although that was more, I think, that harder one you threw me at.
What?
Full throttle.
Yeah, that I had to restart more often.
Mm.
And that was just to break me into the game, mind you. God.
Throttle isn't.
Break you into the game with full.
But it was
throttle.
fun though, right? If something is insane, if the harder it is, the more fun it is. That's how it generally is with rhythm games.
So let's talk about that. And again, I'm going back to AJ because he's kind of the guy that has just really started his pistol whip journey. Did you find the game fun?
It was fun. It was. Especially when I wasn't just using one gun like some noob.
One
I'm just
gun
kidding.
like
I'm just kidding. I'm just
oh,
kidding. I'm just
God.
kidding.
Better be.
I just find it's using two makes your life so much easier. It really does.
I respect
Like,
that. I respect that.
I was doing just one on full throttle, and you know what? I couldn't even do it.
That's probably super hard. You know.
You know what? Just for that, I accept that challenge. I've done it before. I could possibly do it again if I have practice.
Okay.
One gun to full throttle. Bet.
But yeah, it is very fun once you get into the flow of it, and you may not expect it, but with all these, you really should. You sweat a lot.
How do you find the gun mechanics? Because that's one thing that can either make or break a game. And we've have some other games that use guns. Robo Recall is
Yeah.
one that I remember that we played that was pretty good, right? We also have Onward, I think it is. Is that the one, the
Yes.
military style,
Yeah.
Call of Duty style video game?
Yeah.
How did you find the mechanics of Pistol Whip in terms of the the gun aspect of it? Was
Pistol
it
Whip is vastly, excuse me, Pistol Whip is vastly superior to both of them, I'd say.
is it because
Yes.
it seems like it's a little more forgiving in terms of your aim?
Not that. My main problem with those other two games is that sometimes the reload is really wonky. Or let's say you don't really have to do this in Pistol Whip per se, but sometimes you just want to put a gun away and go for the next one. Transitions are you have to. It's always more than one try. You're finding yourself doing that.
Mhm.
Again, Pistol Whip doesn't have that. It doesn't need to worry about that. So I guess I'll kind of shelve that. But that is a problem with those other two games.
Okay.
And then the reload, same thing. Except Pistol Whip is just you're good.
Yeah, you point downward, right?
Yep, just point down, up, you're ready to go.
Mm-hmm. What about you, E?
We're talking about Robo Recon Onward.
Yeah, any of the
And-
shooting games that we have. I
and,
mean,
yeah, I know.
Walking Dead is another one.
I would say that. Okay, Onward sucks. We don't even need to talk about that.
Onward is a really good game that needs
It was a
updates.
it was a good concept, not a game.
Right, because I think I remember playing Onward, and one of the problems that I had is that I wanted to play with using that big gun, the saw.
Yeah.
And I could never reload it. And the thing with Onward is that it tried to use the reloading mechanics as realistic as possible, right? So not only would you have to take out a clip and you'd have to put the clip in there, and then you'd have to chamber, there was a lot of things that you had to do just to be able to fire your first bullet, which I guess if you're doing a military sim makes sense. But if you want to just jump on to something like the Oculus, right, and just, mindlessly blow things away, maybe not the best choice and
About
stuff,
It's
right?
all about strategy.
But again, it all depends on what you like. And so for me, I had difficulties reloading some of the guns. With Robo Recall, the way you did it was you'd have to reach back behind your head, right? Was that, or was
It
that
was-
to change guns?
That was to change to a different gun, but what you actually had to do with Robo Recall, once you ran out, you like just threw it to the
Yeah.
side and you had to get another one.
Yeah, they would
Okay.
respawn like that.
And see, that's the problem with that game. Sometimes when you reach and you try to get it, you don't get it on the first try.
And by
Honestly-
that time, you're riddled with bullets and dead.
Well,
yeah.
no. I felt that was the way Robo Recall did it was a really good way. It wasn't realistic, but like the thing about it, okay, you can make the case that it took a little bit to grab new guns, but the whole thing with Robo Recall is that you have to get used to it. After a while playing this game, it was just it was just a natural thing to do. I would just take it without even thinking. and then
I
you would
was a
shoot.
natural at it too back when we were playing it.
I know.
And I still had those
The
troubles.
the troubles with me was that, I mean, it wasn't really grabbing guns or anything, because just grabbing it from behind your back and then pointing it was super easy. But it was more
I
of
had
like,
issues with that.
huh?
I had issues with grabbing it because sometimes I would reach back and try and grab it, and I'd come back and my hand would be empty. And I had to go back and repeatedly and try and grab the gun to be able to use it.
I don't know then. But the thing about it was that there was almost too much to do in the game with enemies, just like
Yeah, there was a
shooting.
lot of things.
Yeah, I mean, I
Like you
I
could
could
grab
only get up
enemies
to
and
like,
throw them and stuff. There was a lot going on with
I
that
could
game.
yeah
It was super fun though.
Yeah, I could only get up to like the 5th level, and I know there was like 1,000 after that, but like it's just too insane with too many bullets coming from everywhere. And then at some point you have to fight a freaking boss. I don't know if you guys got around to
Yes,
doing
we
that.
did.
You
I
fought
don't think I did.
Or you have to throw the rockets back at
Yeah.
him. Yeah. You have to actually, he throws rockets, you shoot him, right? But he throws rockets at you. And what you have to do is you have to grab them out of the air and throw it back at him.
Yeah,
So
it's
it was an insane game, you know.
Oh
They
boy.
needed to, but there's a lot going on, and that's what they need to.
Well, we
fix.
do have to revisit it because I'm pretty sure they've had a number of updates to try and clean it up. So I'm not gonna totally, rag on Robo Recall because at the time that was one of our favorite games. Also, we were having a lot of fun with that game. It was insane,
Mm.
but it was insanely fun as well, even with those things. So hopefully they've updated it and continued to make it better, like some of these other games here.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I think that'll be all for today. We're probably gonna stop this podcast right now and jump into some Pistol Whip.
Yeah,
Just
definitely.
to get some action, into our lives because Pistol Whip is incredibly fun. I will have to say that. I haven't played it as much as you have, E, but I have played it more than you have, AJ.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like in the middle. And every
Mom-
time that I play it, it is incredibly fun.
Mom actually likes it.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, and my mom
She has trouble liking games.
that is true. Although if it's a fighting game,
Yeah,
she's in.
yeah.
She just needs somebody that
Doesn't
knows how to
even matter
kick,
at that point. Yeah.
right? That's
Oh,
mom's
God.
thing. She wants a kicker.
Yeah.
So Pistol Whip is an incredibly fun game. It's one of our favorites here. I think we jump back and forth between, out of all the games that we have right now, it's Beat Saber, it's Vader Immortal, and it's Pistol Whip, right? I think those are the 3 games that we play the most.
Yeah, honestly.
I think we haven't given Star Wars Galaxy's Edge a shot yet. So we
I
have.
actually
I-
did try it, I
Yeah,
think.
And how was
as
it?
well.
It was okay.
Okay.
I got to the
I know there's a level that
were
we
both
got
at the-
stuck, right? Where we
Yeah.
had to go to like the basement, but then we found out we needed a
It's-
jetpack.
Oh my god. The thing about it, and oh my god, you spent like the whole entire time just trying
Oh
to figure,
yes, that was
It's-
the other thing when we first
Oh.
started playing it. I had no idea where to go.
I think
And I was like
one of the
going
things.
everywhere,
It's
and it's
so
like,
unclear.
bro, what?
It's so
That's the one where
unclear.
we had to get the jetpack, right?
Yeah.
To get out of that bottom level.
So unclear.
So that's one of the things that kind of we weren't too crazy about Galaxy's Edge, but we have to give it a shot again because Galaxy's Edge 2 is coming out. It's supposed to be it's a
Ready?
bigger and better game. So
Already?
Yeah, that's
That's
Well,
fast.
Galaxy's Edge came out last year.
Oh well,
We got it
a
late.
year.
Yeah, we got it late, so it seems new to us, but we got it late because we were busy trying to beat all the other games that we have.
Not even that. Just it hasn't even felt like a year. Whatever.
I think the thing that Oculus needs desperately right now is a driving game.
oh god. Imagine the nausea you'll get when
Oh,
you
man.
crash.
I was
Well,
playing
that's true.
the Jurassic Park game, and I like got severe nausea from that too.
Tip the
But it
car
was
over.
fun.
I would
I
would
have
love
no
to see
doubt
like
that there is.
a Gran Turismo style game, or maybe like a Forza Horizon
Yeah.
type game.
And if you're
You
just a
know?
crazy person, just you don't know how to drive,
Or
oh.
or a GTA style game.
Yes.
Oh, no, that's,
GTA,
no.
Skyrim. Yes, we need
Imagine
these
No.
things.
imagine what AJ would be doing on a GTA 5 VR
Oh.
game.
Hold up, they already have
Oh,
that.
Yes.
Oh, they do?
I'm
But
pretty
with
sure it's-
Steam and Airlink?
well, not for Oculus. I'm pretty sure you have GTSA on VR. I don't know about 5, but GTSA for sure has VR. And trust me,
Why don't we know
it
about
is
this?
wild. I do. What's his name? My boy Radel. He's a YouTuber.
Oh, yeah?
He did a episode of VR GTA SA.
It's a
yes.
third party mod.
Yeah, it is.
So you can play it on Grand Theft Auto 5 offline.
Oh,
but,
you can do it
but it
on
works
5.
with the HTC Vive or the Oculus Rift.
Ooh, so you can do it on 5.
So you can do it on 5, but it's not first party, it's third party. So it's a mod that allows you to play it. I can't imagine the things that AJ would be getting into if he had his hands on this.
Grabbing people. Oh man.
Grabbing people, gouging their eyes out.
Storming the military base.
Yes.
Trying to steal the air jet, the fighter jet.
F-22 or whatever.
Never frustrated on the hijack
gosh.
Delta. Oh,
And
God.
eventually I cracked the code. I did.
After like what?
Numerous tries.
How many Dean Winchester deaths in that one episode?
Oh God.
Yes.
The hundreds of deaths before he was able to get that one time.
Oh man.
So anyway. All right, so we will end this episode on a high note. Everybody, if you get a chance, if you do have the Oculus Quest 2, definitely try out Pistol Whip. It is one of the funner games on the system. And we will be back next Tuesday with another episode. And hopefully at the end of October, we will do an episode on the Facebook Connect event to see if there's any good and interesting news coming out for the Oculus Quest platform. Maybe they announce Oculus Quest 3. Who knows? Maybe they do the Quest Pro. Who knows? But you're definitely sure that we're going to get some news and some video game announcements at that thing. So we'll check that out at the end of October. But until then, we're going to sign off here. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the CrossGen podcast. I am Walt.
Immortal AJ.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Immortal AJ.
I don't even know. Technology modified. Technological.
Whipping Eli.
Oh, that is disgusting.
Pistol whipping Eli.
Oh, God.
What about shortchange Eli?
Oh God.
That's actually not half bad.
Change Eli. No, technologically advanced. I'm trying to do 2099 themes, like 2089.
Artificial Eli?
Yeah, pistol whipping
Get
Eli.
it?
No,
Artificial
shortchange.
Artificial Eli.
No.
AI, EI.
It's got to be the shortchange Eli. Shortchange Eli.
Eli Official Intelligence.
Oh God. Oh, that is disgusting.
I left a bad taste even in my mouth. Oh no.
That is disgusting.
All right.
Oh.
So until then,
May our pistols cross.
May our
Wait.
virtual realities cross again.
Oh God, no.
I think going forward from now on, we really need to discuss the ending before we actually
Yeah.
start.
Oh, God. May our sabers cross again.
There you go.
Ah!
Okay.
I got it.
There you go. Later, people.
This is closing.